y'all, this is Nisha, and today's video is kind of be like a talk through, like an educational video, and it's gonna be all about why your natural hair is dry. It's something that we all battle with, that we all suffer with, like even mine. I know I get lots of compliments saying, oh, your hair is so moisturized, it looks so healthy, it's all this, but I battle with dryness too. And in this video, I'm just gonna explain like why we as people of African descent have drier hair, and the different things that we are possibly doing to our hair to make it even more drier, and also ways that we can combat dryness and make our hair nice and moisturized. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Firstly, I want to talk about the makeup of our hair. Now, textured, curly, kinky, coily hair is naturally drier than straight hair. That's just what it is. Our hair already is at a disadvantage when it comes to moisture just because of its texture, and I'll explain why. So our hair naturally produces sebum in the scalp, which is like an oil that protects your hair and keeps the moisture in your hair. Now typically if you have straight hair, the sebum or that oil that's produced in your scalp travels down the length of your hair, down the shaft of your hair, and that's why people with straight hair have to shampoo their hair very often, because their hair gets oily and greasy. Now for us with textured natural hair, it's not that our scalp isn't producing sebum. Our scalp is producing sebum. The thing is that the sebum is having trouble traveling down the length of our hair, and therefore it's not protecting our hair and keeping the moisture in our hair because it's not traveling down the length of our hair. And here's why. Just imagine two race cars. One is on a track that is very straight. There's no turns, there's no curves, it's just a straight path. Now we have a second race car, and they're on a path or a road that has lots of twists and turns and all of that stuff, right? So who's gonna win that race? The race car that's gonna win that race is the one that's going on a straight path. Now when you are racing on this path with lots of curves, lots of twists and turns, the race car has to brake every now and then, has to slow its momentum in order to get around those twists and turns. That's the same thing with the sebum. The sebum is the race car. If it has a straight path, it's gonna go straight down. But because our hair has coils and curls and twists and turns and curves and all that, the sebum struggles to go down the length of our hair. And so that's why our hair, number one, is just naturally dry. Okay, now that we have discussed why our hair is naturally dry, we're gonna get into some of the ways that we are making our hair even more dry. And I have 8 different things that we are potentially doing to our hair that is causing our hair to be super dry. The first thing is over clarifying your hair, over cleansing your hair. Now, y'all know that saying that too much of a good thing is a bad thing? That's kind of the common theme with all of these different ways that we make our hair drier than it naturally is. You're over clarifying your hair. You are clarifying your hair twice a week. You're clarifying your hair every wash day. Now, granted, we do want to get rid of all the buildup. I use a lot of products. If you use a lot of gels, you want to get rid of that buildup, but you don't have to always use a super clarifying shampoo. Or I love bentonite clay mask, but even doing that a lot can dry out your hair. So you want to kind of come up with a routine, and also just like listen to your hair, like examine your hair and see what it needs. If you notice that your hair is too dry, stop clarifying your hair. Do a co-wash. Co-washes are great because they cleanse your hair. They may not cleanse your hair as well as a shampoo, but they cleanse your hair, and they also keep in that moisture and add in even more moisture into your hair. So you just want to examine your hair, you know, get to know your hair. There are moisturizing shampoos out there if shampoo is your thing. Look at the ingredients. If you see that there are any sulfates, then that is going to dry out your hair. That's a super clarifying shampoo. Do moisturizing shampoos, do sulfate-free shampoos, and that should work. So just be careful with the over clarifying your hair. So the second thing that you might be doing is actually the opposite, which is not clarifying your hair enough. Now y'all know that I am an advocate of co-washing. I love co-washing, but co-washes don't get your hair squeaky clean. Like I said, using lots of products on your hair can build up, you can have product buildup on your hair, and product buildup on your hair makes like a barrier on top of your hair and keeps moisture from being added into your hair. So if you don't get rid of all of those products that you previously put on your hair that have built up, you're not adding moisture in your hair. Like if you cleanse your hair, but you're really not cleansing because maybe you've co-washed the last 4 or 5 weeks, you still have some of that buildup on your hair, and now when you deep condition your hair, when you add your leave-in, that moisture is not getting into your hair because there is a barrier. There is some sort of wall blocking those products. So you do want to add things such as clarifying shampoos, clay washes, apple cider vinegar rinses that will really cleanse your hair and get rid of that buildup. So it's all about a balance. You don't want to over clarify your hair, and you don't want to not clarify your hair at all. You gotta find that happy balance. If you notice that your hair is super oily, that it's sticky, that it's tacky, then you probably aren't clarifying enough. So the third reason why your hair might be dry is because it's damaged, and that could be from heat styling your hair, whether you're doing it too often or at a really high temperature. It could be chemically processing your hair, relaxing your hair, dyeing your hair. All of those things naturally take out moisture and also take out some of the building blocks of your hair. So if you're taking out moisture and you're taking out the proteins, the building blocks of your hair, then your hair is gonna be dry. So just doing those things in moderation, or when you do those things, just making sure that you are maybe deep conditioning more often, or just using products that are very water-based and have lots of moisture in them will definitely help you out. So the fourth reason why your hair is dry could be that you aren't trimming your ends, and you're probably like, what does trimming my ends have to do with my hair being dry? Well, it has a lot to do with your hair being dry. Number one, your ends are the oldest and driest part of your hair. So if you get rid of dry, scraggly ends, you're already improving the look of your hair and making it look more moisturized. Also, with your ends, there are split ends, dead ends, and if you don't clip those when they need to be clipped, the split end can travel up your hair and damage your hair. And if your hair is damaged, your hair can't absorb moisture like it should. It's not going to absorb moisture properly. So getting rid of split ends helps to prevent them from traveling up and causing damage in your hair, and therefore preventing moisture from being able to penetrate. My fifth reason why your hair is dry may be that you're just not moisturizing properly. Now, I feel like we aren't fully aware of what moisture is, and I feel that is just a lack of awareness and education throughout the years. Like growing up, I thought that using grease or using oils was moisturizing my hair, and it's not. Moisture equals water. Water equals moisture. That is how you moisturize your hair, is water. Washing your hair in general, washing out at least once a week, is adding moisture into your hair. You want to use hair products that are water-based. You want to use hair products that have water as the first ingredient, and that's how you know you're moisturizing your hair. For example, my 3-in-1, the main choice 3-in-1 leave-in conditioner, and also my As I Am double buttercream. Both of those products, the first ingredient listed, which means that is the ingredient that makes up majority of that product, is water. That is the #1 ingredient. So when I am adding that leave-in conditioner to my hair, when I'm adding that double buttercream into my hair, I am adding moisture into my hair. Now, oil and also the butter that I love to use, which is the Jane Carter Solutions restorative butter, there is no water in that product. The first ingredient, I think, is shea butter. And if you go down the line of ingredients for that particular product, you will see that there is no water. Now, of course, when I add that product to my hair, it adds shine, it adds nutrients, but it's not adding moisture. It is not adding water. Oils and butters that don't have water in them are sealing in moisture, but they are not adding moisture into your hair. Like back in the day, like we all used to use hair grease. Like hair grease, like on our scalp, adding like that oil sheen onto our hair. Like, yes, it was making our hair shiny, but that was not adding moisture to our hair. But we grew up thinking that. We grew up thinking that, and that's not because our mothers, our grandmothers are out there, like our hairdressers are out there trying to deceive us. It's just us just not knowing. We just didn't know. So, all in all, water is moisture, moisture is water. So if the products that you're using to moisturize your hair do not have water in them, then you're probably not moisturizing your hair. I will say though, aloe vera juice is made up mostly of water. So if it doesn't have water but it has aloe vera juice, then you are moisturizing your hair, because aloe vera juice is made up mostly of water. But other than that, if, like I said, if it ain't got water, you're not moisturizing your hair. You're not. You're not. I'm sorry, but you're not. The number 6 thing is something that is near and dear to my heart. I'm an advocate for it. I do this once a week most of the time. I will admit sometimes I'm lazy and I don't always do it once a week, but 99.9% of the time I'm doing this once a week, and that is deep conditioning. Deep conditioning. And this is not just taking a regular schmegular conditioner, popping it in your hair for 5 minutes and then rinsing out. No, deep conditioners penetrate your hair shaft more than a regular conditioner, and the longer that you leave it in your hair, even more it will penetrate into your hair. Same thing with moisturizers. You want to make sure that your deep conditioner is water based. Like I said, water equals moisture. So you want to make sure that your deep conditioner is water based. It's just like the foundation, because deep conditioning, at that point you have cleansed your hair, whether you cleansed it with shampoo or what have you. Typically what you've cleansed your hair with might be on the dry side, so you need to add that moisture back into your hair, and deep conditioning is that first step in adding that moisture back into your hair. So like I said, I like to deep condition at least once a week. Sometimes when life gets in the way and I'm really busy with work or different things happen, yes, I may go like a week and a half or 2 weeks, but majority of the time I'm deep conditioning my hair. The last and final thing is something that is very simple, and it's, are you drinking water? Are you drinking water? Are you drinking enough water? It's very important to drink water. Like, simple as that. There's not more that I can say, but just drink water. If water's not your favorite, add a little bit of lemon to it. Do the whole like diffuse water with all the fruits and stuff. I particularly don't like that. I like my water to taste like water. But yeah, just you gotta help your hair by helping yourself internally, therefore helping yourself externally. If you think about when you have dry hair, your dry hair is going to be more prone to breakage. Now, think about a leaf from a tree that is flourishing in the summer. It's green, it's moisturized, it has been absorbing all of the rainwater from its roots. Like, just think of, imagine a nice juicy green leaf. Now imagine a leaf during the fall when it is dry and brittle, and imagine taking the nice green juicy leaf in your hand and crumbling it up. Now, more than likely when you crumble it up, it's not gonna break. It's going to keep its shape. It's going to stay that nice pretty green leaf. Now think about the dry leaf in the fall. When you put that bad boy in your hand, you crumble it, the leaf is going to crumble because it doesn't have that moisture. Same thing with our hair. If your hair is naturally dry and you're not helping to add the moisture back in that our hair is already missing, then your hair is going to be just like that leaf in the fall that's dry, that when you touch it, it's gonna crumble and break. Like, that's what's gonna happen when you run your fingers through your hair, when you run a comb or brush, what have you, through your hair, it's going to break off. So that's why it's super important to keep your hair moisturized. I hope that this dialogue helped y'all out. If you have any questions or don't fully understand something, let me know down in the comments, and also do your research, because I am not the end all be all, and I didn't know this stuff until I did my own research as well. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't subscribed, do that so you can stay up to date with any of the videos that I post. Like always, y'all, I really do appreciate each and every one of you for watching, and until next time, bye y'all.